Well, what I need to know is, folks, I'm just trying to get a lay of the land here, and nobody's answering my question. Did anybody survive in New York City? That's what I'm trying to figure. There are survivors in New York City. There are people alive in New York City. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
I was panicking. I'm watching the news about the blizzard. Do you know you can have a blizzard with no snow? And now I got a drive-by weather babe claiming it. Who says you need snow for a blizzard? It's so bad. We're being told it's so bad. I was wondering if anybody lived through it. And I'm happy to learn that people did. In New York City in the snow. 6 to 10 inches. Who would have thought people could survive that? That's unbelievable. 6 to 10 inches and people still live and breathe in New York City. Hallelujah. God bless. Greetings, my friends, and welcome Rush Limbaugh, the EIB Network, the Limbaugh Institute. He is so snarky. He's just so mean. No, I'm not mean. Folks, I'm trying to hold on to a sense of sanity and reality and realism in a world literally going nutso. Every waking moment is a panic and a crisis. And, of course, who is going to save you? You can't. You're not capable. Mayors, governors, senators, congressmen, presidents, sanitation departments, they are going to save you. They are going to tell you when to go outside and when not to go outside. They're going to tell you how to shovel snow using your knees, not your back. Anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun chronicling this communist mayor in New York City. How are you, folks? Great to have you. Rush Limbaugh in the EIB Network. And we are here to wrap up. But it's amazing how fast the week goes by when you only work 2 days of it. Fastest week in media, and as an added bonus, it is Open Line Friday, which differs from Monday through Thursday in a very significant way. Now, for those of you new to the program, people that call the program to get on the air have to talk about things I'm interested in. Otherwise, they don't get on, unless they lie to the call screener. And if they do that, they don't last long once they do get on the air. They're not treated rudely or impolitely, but they are dispatched. And the reason is, I don't want to be bored. And if I am bored, you will be. And that's not good. But on Friday, I throw all that out, and whatever you want to talk about is hunky-dory and fine and dandy. It's a golden opportunity for you to talk about things that you think maybe aren't being discussed here, that you think are important. Or for you, if you're nosy and curious and have gossip-related type questions of me, feel free. That's what Open Line Friday is. And again, the number is 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbaugh@eibnet.com. So the mayor of New York City, de Blasio, goes out there today and said that he was going to make sure, you got to hear this, that there wasn't going to be any unequal distribution of snow removal. Now, I don't know if people remember this, but Mayor Doomberg, and Reuters notes this, Mayor Doomberg was pilloried for his own snow redistribution plan back in 2010. Mayor Doomberg was accused, with everything going on, it just, I don't know, it just amazes me. In 2010, Mayor Doomberg was accused of putting too much effort into plowing the streets of Manhattan while letting the snow build up in Brooklyn and Queens, and that led to snow level inequality and snow removal inequality. And snow plowing inequality. And we can't have that. No, sir. So the real problem was that the sanitation union was unhappy, and they held back plowing all the streets in protest of budget cuts, and then they blamed it on Doomberg. That's what was going on. Now, if you happen to hear de Blasio today, de Blasio, every other word was bowing down and thanking the good people at the sanitation union. Every other sentence He made sure to thank the people. And he had 15 of them standing behind him, the sanitation union, for what a terrific job they're doing. They're doing a great job of equal snow removal. And he warned the residents of New York, do not go out, don't do diddly squat, make it safe for the sanitation union. Now, he remembers what happened at Doomberg in 2010. So let's just go to the audio sound bites. This is last night in Brooklyn Heights, which is where the new mayor lives. But it was, I don't know if it's Brooklyn Heights. He lives in Brooklyn. But this is the Office of Emergency Management. He held a press conference to talk about the winter storm impacting New York. That amazingly, people survived. And here is a portion of his remarks.
Stay indoors to the maximum extent possible. Stay out of your cars to the maximum extent possible. Don't go out. We want to make sure that people are safe. We want them to be in a warm location. And crucially, we want to keep our streets clear so the good men and women of the sanitation department can ensure that our streets are plowed and salted. It's very important. People get home as soon as possible tonight. Get to a safe, warm place. Stay off the streets.
Don't go out. Whatever you do, do not get in the way of my sanitation union people. By the way, de Blasio also made it. He shoveled his own sidewalk today, but he put the snow on a neighbor's sidewalk. Just an aside. But he made a point of saying, well, yeah, my son takes the first stretch of sidewalk, then I pick it up from that point. But make sure you don't use salt, because that could harm neighborhood pets. You have to use a pet-free snow melting pellet, or a pet-safe snow melting pellet. And it's green. You don't dare put salt out there. It's bad for neighborhood pets. Did you know that? Yeah, well, it is. Well, I'm going to go back to 1943, just for contrast here. We have Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia speaking to citizens about the preparations for snow in 1943. And I remember what you just heard. You just heard the current mayor, de Blasio, beg people, stay off the street, get home, go someplace warm, cuddle up. Do not get in the street. Do not get in the way. Don't do anything. Just stay out of the way. In 1943, this was the New York City mayor.
We must keep the streets of our city open for the delivery of food supplies, war materials, and readily accessible for our fire department. Therefore, I am appealing to the people of this city to volunteer in assisting us to keep open the sewer basins located at every street intersection, and also to keep the crosswalks in as good condition as possible for the pedestrians. And we are also appealing to volunteers who will be willing to do a little snow shoveling right in their own block.
So back in 1943, 71 years ago, the mayor of New York said, get out there, lend a hand, and help everybody. Help us in the city. Help the fire department. Help us. Do the crosswalks. Do your own sidewalk. Keep it safe for everybody. Let's all work together. This mayor, don't go outside. It's unsafe. You might die. Do not use salt instead of pet safe snow melting pellets. Keep the streets safe for our sanitation. You do not go outside. It's amazing. The contrast. Nothing more than just a little interesting contrast. Now back to the current mayor, de Blasio. This is this morning on Channel 2 Eyeball News, CBS TV. Special coverage of the snowstorm. 6 to 10 inches. Again, breaking news, people survived. Correspondent Weiju Zhang interviewed de Blasio while he was outside his house shoveling snow. She said, before the storm even hit, you said it was very personal for you because you could feel it. You said it was personal because you could see it, and you saw mistakes in the past. So what did you learn that you're going to apply for the rest of today and tomorrow, Mr. Mayor?
We're going to make sure that we're very proactive when we have these situations. And I'm just not going to allow, certain neighborhoods to suffer while other neighborhoods are clear. We're going to move the resources that we have where they're needed to make sure that people get served.
We are going to have equal distribution snow removal. We are not going to have neighborhoods suffer. Let me guess. Snerdley's looking at me and he's giving me a be careful expression on your face. I understand a snowstorm killed John Lindsay and so forth. I know Queens and Staten Island usually do get the shaft, and sometimes Brooklyn, but Brooklyn won't now because the mayor lives there. No, I understand. That's why the media in New York making a big deal. Oh, no, the first day in office, major snowstorm could kill an administration if he doesn't do it right. So he's out there. You have to understand, though, Snerdley, with liberals anymore, it doesn't matter what they do. It's all what they say. Not one thimble of snow could be removed as long as he's out there saying it's going to be equal. Sanitation department can take the day off, and as long as he's on TV saying, I'm going to make sure that there's no unequal snow removal, we are going to have an equal distribution of snow removal. As long as he says that, the citizens of New York are going to be hunky-dory and fine with it, no matter what the reality is, because it doesn't matter what the reality. All it matters is what the politician says. And saying the right thing can indicate what's in his heart. Liberals get credit for good intentions, and that's about it, because everything they do fails. I think the Limbaugh theorem applies at a local level as well as it does to Obama. You just say. You just act. You just promise what you're going to do. Then whether you do it or not. And let's see. Here's the quote. This is the soundbite from the CBS 2 Eyeball News. I guess this is the weather babe. Sorry, not babe. Caster. What is so funny? Yeah, but it's not a babe. It's Lonnie Quinn. Anyway, it's a portion chief weathercaster. Lonnie Quinn talking about a snowstorm impacting New York City. And this is the bite. You don't even need snow falling for it to be called a blizzard now.
What makes a blizzard a blizzard? Well, for 3 hours, you have to have at least 35-mile-per-hour winds or stronger, either sustained or gusting frequently, and your visibility has got to be down to a quarter of a mile. But notice it says nothing there about snowing. It does not have to be snowing in order to have a blizzard. It's the snow that's already going to be on the ground being picked up by those strong winds and blown everywhere.
Right. You don't need any snow falling for there to be a blizzard. You don't need snow. You need a blizzard. So it's a blizzard, 6 to 10 inches. When I grew up, 6 to 10 inches was not a blizzard. I know you know what? We went to school in 6. As long as there wasn't any ice, we went to school 6 inches, 10 inches. Anyway, it's just, folks, just what is this? What this is all about is how soft the culture is becoming. That's all this is. We're having fun here. We're laughing at it. I mean, this is 6 to 10 inches of snow is treated as though it could be the end of things. 6 to 10 inches, nobody's capable. If you listen to these government people, 6 to 10 inches, not one citizen is capable of dealing with this without being guided and having his or her hand held by either local news media weather people or the mayor, some politician. And it's indicative of who these people are and how they look at people. You just aren't capable of handling life yourself. You're not capable of doing the right thing without being told. You're not capable of making the right decision. You have to be told. And this 6 to 10 inches of snow is nothing. And yet it has become a breaking news story that stops everything in its tracks. And to me, it's just an indication of what government can do. What big bureaucracies made up of people who want to control every aspect of your life can do. And it's just not healthy. But something 6 to 10 inches like this is major crisis. And it just offends my sensibilities is all. And it worries me. It's just the wussification of the culture. I got to take a break. We've got big Obamacare news. People are not being treated at emergency